Alice is a young, ambitious director who starts filming a documentary about her search for the perfect husband. But her project turns into a personal nightmare. Rejected in love, failed in her career, and overwhelmed by loneliness, Alice loses herself in wild experiments and reckless choices. She's desperate to escape the emptiness consuming her life. In the midst of this chaos, Alice meets Pasha, a much younger man. What starts as an unexpected connection slowly grows into something more complicated. Their age difference, social expectations, and Alice's insecurities create new emotional challenges. But through this relationship, Alice begins to rediscover hope, love, and maybe even a part of herself she had forgotten. Oceania Nevesta is an honest, emotional journey of a woman who dares to break the rules and rewrite her own story. In the quiet town of Lleida, Spain, a young woman named Alba leads an unassuming life. She works as a librarian, surrounded by books and memories of a civilization unaware that its final moments are near. Among the people she interacts with is a 10-year-old boy named Didac. A kind, intelligent child, Didac faces daily cruelty, bullied by others simply because of the color of his skin. Alba sees his pain, and though they're from different worlds, a bond begins to form between them. One afternoon, after a particularly brutal attack on Didac, Alba tries to comfort him. They sit by the lake, a place that feels peaceful, untouched. Then suddenly, as if pulled by fate itself, they both dive underwater. It's in that moment, the world ends. A devastating global catastrophe strikes. A massive energy surge, like a silent tsunami, sweeps across the planet. Cities crumble. People vanish. Nature itself seems to pause. Everything above the surface is gone in an instant. Obliterated. And just like that, Alba and Didac become the last known survivors of the human race. They rise from the lake to a world transformed. Their city has turned to ash. Buildings are ruins. The streets are deserted. There's no one left. No phone calls, no rescue. Just the eerie quiet of a post-apocalyptic Earth. Faced with the unimaginable, Alba and Didac must find a way to survive. They learn how to grow food, build shelter, and endure loneliness. At first, Alba plays the role of a guardian, protecting and guiding Didac. But as the years pass, something changes. Time moves forward. Didac grows older. Their connection evolves from caregiver and child, to something deeper, something more complicated. Eventually, the realization sets in, they may not just be survivors. They may be humanity's only chance to begin again. Alba becomes pregnant. A new child is born, proof that even in a shattered world, life can return. That from the end of all things, a second origin can emerge. Their baby is more than a child. He's a symbol of rebirth. A testament to hope. But the story doesn't end there. As they begin to rebuild, a threat arrives. A man appears, another survivor. But unlike them, he carries the old world's hatred and violence. He doesn't come to build, but to destroy. His presence brings danger, fear, and a stark reminder, the apocalypse didn't cleanse humanity of its darkness. It merely gave it a second chance. Now Alba and Didac must fight to protect not just their lives, but the fragile future they've begun to nurture. They face the terrifying question, if given the opportunity to start again, will humanity make the same mistakes? Second Origin is more than a survival film. It's a meditation on what it means to be human. It explores love that transcends time and rules, the innocence of starting over, and the danger of bringing old wounds into a new world. It's about a woman, a boy, and their journey through devastation into hope. It's about creating life when everything around you is dead. And above all, it's about asking the hardest question of all, can we really start over, or are we doomed to repeat the past? As the screen fades, one truth remains. From the ashes of the old world, they gave birth to the new. Parthenope was born in the heart of Naples, a city as beautiful and restless as she was. She grew up knowing she was different, everyone admired her beauty, but she wanted more. She longed for adventure, knowledge, and something beyond just being looked at. As the years passed, she met people who changed her, her brother, who saw her as perfection, a professor, who saw her as a muse, and an American writer, who was lost in his own sadness. She experienced love, heartbreak, and the weight of expectations. Time moved forward, but deep inside, she remained that same girl, trying to understand herself. And then, we see her, old, her face lined with the memories of a life fully lived. The girl who once captivated everyone is now a woman who has seen it all, joy, pain, love, loss. But she is still Parthenope, still searching, still dreaming, just like the siren she was named after. Hey everyone! Today, let's talk about Meeting Ms. Lee, 2024, a romantic drama with an incredible IMDb rating of 9.1. The story follows Carter, a young writer struggling to find inspiration. One weekend, he crosses paths with Amber Lee, a mysterious older woman in Santa Monica. What starts as a simple meeting soon turns into a deep, unexpected romance that changes both their lives. The film beautifully explores love, self-discovery, and the fear of letting go. Landon Amos and Janine Harrington deliver outstanding performances, making their characters feel real and relatable. Their chemistry keeps you hooked, and the dialogues feel natural and heartfelt. The way the story unfolds makes you question fate, choices, and the people who enter our lives at just the right moment. Visually stunning, the film uses the beachside backdrop of Santa Monica. The Cry of the Butterflies Season 1 is a gripping drama set in the Dominican Republic during the brutal dictatorship of Rafael Trujillo. The story revolves around Minerva Mirabal, a brave young woman, and her sisters, who resist the dictatorship despite the risks. Minerva, along with her sisters Patria, Maria Teresa, and Didi, becomes part of an underground movement called the 14th of June Movement, aiming to overthrow Trujillo's oppressive regime. As the sisters fight for freedom and justice, they face danger, betrayal, and loss. The title, Cry of the Butterflies, symbolizes the courage of these sisters, whose lives were tragically taken for their activism. This season dives into their personal struggles, bravery, and the deep bond they shared, all while shedding light on the dark times of the dictatorship. The show captures their journey from fear to defiance, highlighting the price of standing up for what's right.